barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple
Come
tree.
and climb my tree, look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever, forever, forever. Look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Oh, forever, oh, forever, oh, forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies three. Climb up my apple tree, come and climb my tree, look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever, forever, forever. Look down my rainbow, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Oh, forever, oh, forever, oh, forever.
Hello, welcome, welcome, my friends, welcome, happy Friday, welcome, okay, okay, I'm sorry, I have an audio issue, and I forgot that it wasn't quite fixed. Okay, hopefully I cannot hear myself anymore. How is everybody? Happy Friday, and welcome to the Late Night Crafty Club. It's kind of welcome to the kind of early Crafty Club. It's kind of funny calling it the Late Night Crafty Club when the sun has not even set. But I'm so happy to see my little friends in the chat room. My sweet friends. Hi, and hello, and hi, everybody. Okay, let me come up here to the chat room and say hi. Okay, give me 1 second here. I am a little discombobulated. Okay, so let me look at the right chat room. I'm so confused. I have like literally 3 screens here, and I'm trying to figure out which one to. Okay, I'm not used to looking at. Okay, so hello, Miss Bethany. Hi, Susan. Hi, Julianne. Hi, Miss Lee. Hi, Penny. Hi, Penny, and hi, Penny. 2 pennies. 2 pennies don't make it right. Hi, Miss Robin. Hi, Marie Louise. Hi, Miss Tammy. Hi, Ellen. Hi, Terry. Hi, Miss Jade. Jade Avery. It has been so long. Welcome back. Hello, Miss Heather. Hello, Miss Connie. They're in Vacaville. Hello, Miss Darlis. Hello, hello. Hello, Miss Justine down under. Hello, Susan. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Miss Heather Beagle. Hi, Miss Justine. Hello, Susan Lloyd. Hello, Julie Ann. Hello. Oh, Julie, I think I said hi to you. I don't know why I always correct myself. I know that just keep going, Corey. Let me see here. Let me keep going. Hello, Mr. Chris. Hello, Janice. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Tammy and the husband sitting in the RV with you. We should greet all the spouses. Hi, Miss Claire across the pond. Hello, Sharon Sullivan. Hello, Miss Janice. There you are, Miss Janice. Hello, Kelly Anderson. Oh, everybody, heads up. Just a reminder, Miss Kelly Anderson is going to be hosting a craft social in the clubhouse next Saturday. So mark your planners if you did not notice. I added that to the calendar a couple days ago. So she's going to be hosting a crafty live on next Saturday afternoon. So that will be fun. And there is Felicitas. I'm so sorry. I'm the worst pronouncer. Felicitas. Miss Rivas. I'm so happy that you have joined us. Please forgive me for my horrible pronunciation. I'm going to call you Miss Rivas from here on out because that I can say. And welcome all the way from San Antonio. Welcome to the show. And again, please forgive me. Hello, Mrs. Michelle Spencer. There you go. There, Penny, right? And she says, but we make sense. Bada boom, bada bing. Hello, Miss Deb. There you go. I got it. Hello, Miss Frida from Reno, Nevada. It's nice to see new friends joining, or maybe you guys were always joining, but you're now, outing yourselves in the chat room. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes friends are lurkers for a while. It is a show mostly for introverts, and introverts are not known for being, they don't tend to expose themselves. We tend to be lurkers at heart. We're lurkers. We're wallflowers. I'm a proud wallflower, always have been. And that's really how this show got started. That's really how the Reset Girl got started. So I think we should, embrace it. I think that there's definitely a lot to be said for the wallflower. And it's really awesome when I think about it, that I think I was like 37 years old when I first realized that there was a definition for the word introvert, like what that actually meant. They began like putting out books, and I finally understood that there was like a definition for kind of like the kind of person I was, and I wasn't really a weirdo after all. So all of the introverts, hey, we're not weird. So, so the Friday night Crafty Club was really for celebrating our introvertedness, and that typically introverts tend to be home on a Friday night and, finding ourselves with, indoorsy things to do. And what fun to be here online with the benefits of our YouTube live streaming that we could craft together. And that is what we have been doing since the end of 2015. I believe that is the first time I started doing live streaming for this little show was the end of 2015. So let's see, Miss Margaret. Hi, Miss Wendy. Hi, Lidima, all the way down in Australia. So I have, I think, 3 Australian friends here tonight. I have a British friend. I have a couple Canadians. There's Miss Brenda down in Florida. And weird is our normal, Chris says. And I agreed. I think that's kind of fun about being an introvert, is because we don't tend to be super chatty Cathy's, talking to each other all the time, seeking each other out. That until we had social media and until we had stuff like this, we could not really compare notes and find out that we had so much in common. And that we found out, we're super awkward and, have strangest tendencies, but it's totally okay. We're cool with it. And we can like join together, alone, but together. So yeah. So hi, Miss Fire Girl. Miss Fire Girl, can you remind me of your real name instead of your super secret YouTube name so that I can make a note of it and I can address you? I can address you properly. I know that you were so kind as to place an order with us. So, but Ellen says she's the mascot extrovert. Yes. So those of you who are not extroverts, please do not feel as if I'm leaving you out because as I have said many times, all introverts need an extrovert friend in their back pocket. We all need an extrovert friend. Every introvert has to have an extrovert friend. They are indispensable. If you don't have one, get one. They're the greatest. That's who you want to take with you to any kind of social event. They will do the heavy lifting for you and you can sit back. It's great. Denise. Okay. Okay. Denise. Okay. Thank you. And there you go. Let's see here. There you go. Margaret says she'll be a human shield for her introvert friends. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. No running with scissors, please. Okay. So I have a lot to cover. You guys, so exciting. So, tonight I am doing a special little vinyl decal dealio like we did before because we have so much goodness that is in the shop. I feel like it has been so long since I had a live stream because we've been so busy in the last couple weeks. So I wanted to let you see what the delicious little decal is. So for those of you who place a physical order tonight during the live stream, you're going to be getting a free vinyl sticker that looks like this delicious little buttercup sewing machine, this little vintage number here. And this particular sewing machine, this has never been offered as an individual decal before. It was part of a kit that we had in one of our camp reset kits. It was like a little decal pack. And so you had to buy the whole pack to have it. So you shall be getting this beauty for free in your order of physical product tonight. And we have plenty, so don't feel like you have to rush, but we have some delightful stuff. We have a bunch of fall product. We have a whole category in the shop called fall treats, physical and digital stuff. We resurrected a bunch of stuff from our digital collections. We priced things. So like price to move. Mark actually cut some new stickers. He put some honey stickers together. So I just wanted to show you real quick. I put in some special requests for some new product that we don't normally get. And I thought would be fun because we all love fall. Most of us love fall. So I thought it would be fun to have like a little sticker kit for our planners. And we have this really fun planner kit called the Planner Girl Sticker Kit. And so I asked him if he would do some selected stickers from it, from Thankfully Yours, which was a November collection. So I picked out these 3 sheets from the kit because these are pretty universal and you can use them in any planner. You don't have to have a particular planner. So these are the ones with little Sammy in them, and it has little whimsy arrows. It has some dated little stickers. It has more dated stickers here of little coffee cups. And then it has your classic planner icons and little labels. And it has these fun little boxes and labels and little mini hexies. So it's a 3-sheet set. And that one is the Planner Sticker Girl Kit. And then we have these 2 different sticker sheets. These are the Thankfully Yours honeys, which I gotta be honest, I didn't realize that they were in our store because Thankfully Yours, I don't know that Mark is not sure that we ever released Thankfully Yours as individual products. He thinks this was always a bundle, so he's not quite sure on that. So I don't think that I was as familiar with these. I don't actually have these girls as printables either. So they are absolutely delightful. I've seen her in some of our artwork that we've used. She is adorable. So these are very fall. And they are not really used in any of our stuff. So they are quite different, unusual, and they have some of our fall patterns on them. So these are the two sheets that we have that are new honeys to be released into the wild. And let me see here. And then we have a fall sticker sheet of Thankfully Yours. These are florals, and these are clear. I can't remember how we usually do our stickers, but I thought it would be fun. The floral stickers, but I thought it would be fun to do clear stickers. You might have to remind me. We have digital stickers. These are in digital form. You can go in the shop and see that we have like the Forever Fall has these gorgeous florals. These are Thankfully Yours. Thankfully Yours, yes. And these are clear. And if you like them, if you would prefer them on like sticker stock, you could buy the printable version and print them to a solid sheet. But I think when you put them on the clear stock, I think they're so interesting because you can put them on book copy, and they just have these ones are really neat because they've got little stamps and little antique little touches to them that make them really fun and interesting. Then we have, for the very first time, we are doing the Whimsy Arrows and Doodads. We're actually offering it in a different palette than we have been. This one is in Forever Fall. So it's got some of the fun little fall colors and patterns. So yum! I love Forever Fall. It is probably my top 3 favorite collections, and I just wanted to have the Banner Whimsy Arrow collection because it's so scrumptious. So those are the physical stickers. So this is these are in there, and then if you recall, we also had those pop tabs. We had there's 2 different types of these in the store, one of which is also fall. So those are in there. And those would qualify you for getting, oh, I'm sorry, I also forgot. Mark released a sticker sheet from the vault. So this was one of our best sellers back in the day. It has these little phrases on it. So we decided to pick out one of our top sellers from the past. This is from 2016. And it has little tiny phrases that you peel off, and they're like conformed cuts so that you can put them on your pages. On your artwork. They would also be really cool to use in your little card project. So this was one of the sheet. It is a limited run. He's only going to offer it for a short time, and it is in the shop tonight. And then finally, there's 2 digital there's 2 digital products I wanted to point out. I made some recipe cards because it's that season where you start making all the yummy, scrumptious fall goodies. And so I made some beautiful Forever Fall vintage style recipe cards. So they look like they're on a faded background, and there are 8 different designs. So this is one of the sets in there. Currently, there's just a 3x5, but I also have a 4x6 that's coming. And then finally, the very last thing I wanted to show you, I'm so proud of this. Okay, I am finally ready to share with you the name of the product, the name of my whole project that I've been working on, and these are debuting. These are Scrapshare cards. So all these cards I've been working on, ultimately, these are a digital version. I made a fall collection of them. And I made, they're all fall quotes. And so I made a set that you guys can print out if you would like and put with your cards to celebrate fall. There's 8 different cards in this set. This is a fall edition, and it's the first one in the whole series that I plan on doing periodically. So in addition to Scrapture cards that I create here at my desk and will scan and also produce for digital rendering and to sell, but these I made in digital form. So, but this one right here is my absolute favorite. It is a photograph of a honey and a hunk taking a walk through the autumn neighborhood. And it says, "But I miss you most of all, my darling, when autumn leaves start to fall." So I found some really cute quotes and decided to showcase them with some honeys. This is the mood board from Forever Fall that I highlighted with one of our honeys. So these are all crafted by me, and I am starting a new thing where I will be offering my digital crafted cards as well as my handcrafted cards. So they are part of my new initiative. And let me go back to my face cam. So I don't want to spend too much time yapping, but I just wanted to tell you guys that we finally started the process of the trademark process. So back in 2018, I actually came up with a name for my cards at like 2 a.m. I came up with this idea to call them Scrapture cards because they were part scrap. And then the Chure part had multiple different meanings to it at the time. So, so I am working on a family of products under the Scrapture cards name. And so we started the process with the trademark attorney. And so I have to start officially using the name Scrapture cards so that I can show that I've been using it in the marketplace. So there will be these cards, my little pattern background cards that I started selling, and then my workshops, where I will share my little techniques and little ideas and show you and kind of like some of the fun little experiences that I wanted to build for you will feature some little Scrapture card projects for you to do at home. So I thought that would be really fun, and I'm going to make those Scrapture card adventures. So that's going to be my new little fun little project, my new little line of products and my little, I don't know what you call that, my little core product line, my little core project. So that is what I wanted to show you. So I officially wanted to debut it, and that was like my first official products. Who knows? One day maybe I will have them, professionally put together. That would be so cool. So there's fall treats in the shop. There's physical products that we made, and it's a lot. I did make a planner just for the upcoming holiday in November. I'm hoping to put together one for December too. So like holiday planning. So I've been working on that, and then working on a couple other planners for like 2025. So it's a lot of work. I'm not used to putting so much, time and focus into product, creation. So it takes a lot of focus and a lot of a lot of focus. So that I want to just talk about that, and I wanted to show you my new organization that I have on my desktop, if I may. Let me see here. For those of you who have been coming in here a little later, just checking in here. I see Radonna. Hello, hello. I see Diana. Hi, Kathleen. Hi, Miss Bonnie. And okay, I think I got everybody. Oh, hi, Mariki. I see you. I'm just checking really quick. Okay. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, let me know. Okay, so let me show you. I believe I showed this top down. I believe I showed this little metal box on my last live. I had just got it in the mail from Etsy. It's like a little steel, kind of like a little toolbox drawer from a unit, like a whole, like, it's very chippy too, like kind of rusty, which I like. But I went ahead and set it up. It's actually meant for holding cards. So I put the little, divider in here, and then I have some of my little scratcher card backgrounds in here. And then I'm using the back part of it to store, I have room to put one of my little photo card organizers, which right now has this in it. And then my essentials. So my pens, my tiny attacher, my scissors, and then my Dymo label maker. And then my crafting glasses, which if you need readers, you will absolutely love these glasses. These are a +6 glasses, which is crazy high magnification. And it is so, if you like doing like cross stitching or any kind of like cloak painting, model painting, any kind of close work, these glasses are amazing. Amazing. I really, really like them. I used them for the Mini Me Adventure workshop that I did, and I loved them. So I have this set up now. And then the other part of my setup is this is a box left over from my planner, my collaboration planner with Simple Stories. I still have a couple of the boxes. So I have put in here a little bin that I don't remember where I got this, probably TJ Maxx or Hobby Lobby. And currently it has all of my stickers in it, all of my TRG stickers. So they're all in here. And then I have this little tiny little, it looks like a little library card drawer. This is from Tim Holtz. It is much tinier than you realize. Like the pictures always make it seem larger, but it's pretty little. But I do use it to store my little stuff, the things that I'm always using, like my little gold stars that I use, my little tiny clips, my little roller stamp, and my little ink pads. So they're in here. And then I have my an ink pad and a thingy here. So I have that up here. And I did get some new stuff I wanted to show you really fast. And then I promise I will jump in. But I wanted to show you. I told you guys that I had ordered some stuff from scrapbook.com. And I wanted to show you what I got, because I thought these were really interesting. So scrapbook.com has their own line of like different types of organization. And I thought these little trays were so interesting. And like for me, especially, I really liked them because I like stuff like this. And as you can see, I'm always using like boxes and trays, like to try to hold my little bits and bobs of paper all the time. So that's what these are, except you can stack them really nice and neat. They're very shallow trays. So you can use them to store a little project in, or your ephemera, your little pieces. So I got one set and then an extra pair of these, and nice. And then I asked Mark if he would put the link in there for you guys if you were interested. I got them on sale. I don't know if they're still on sale. They were on a really good sale. But as you can see, like the way they designed them, they were very stacky. And that's what I really liked about them. This particular unit is a little higher, was a little taller, but it also had a little compartment on top with, the little lid. So I just liked how everything kind of fit together like that. I'm forever, I don't know about you when you craft, but I feel like I always have little bits and bobs that I don't necessarily want to put away. Sometimes I separate out stuff that I really, really like. I don't want to keep it with all of like the riffraff, when you've separated out some stuff you really like. So that was what I was thinking that I would use this for. And like now I can keep it all stacked together for my card project. And it doesn't really take up much room. Like even with my limited space, I feel like this is a really nice footprint. Um, and for the most part, when you have these type of like uh, the stackable, how it's so stackable, I really like this. In fact, if I wanted to, wonder wonder if you could use. Hmm. Do you use that as a lid? Maybe. Okay, so the top doesn't work as a lid, so would just have to keep it out. I wonder how I could keep. I guess I would just put something on top, maybe like just store something flat on top to keep dust out. I have more of a dust problem here if I leave my windows open. They're just, with landscaping outside, they're often running the blower here a lot. So I think I have more of a dusty issue. So this was one of my purchases, which I thought was fun. And I also mentioned that I bought a bunch of enamel dots. Oh my goodness, they had so many enamel dots. Also, they were on a big time sale. So I treated myself because I'm obsessed with enamel dots. I really never crafted with them before because when I was just doing planner crafting, you can't really put enamel dots in your crafts, like your planner. They don't belong there. They make everything bumpy. So once I started using these cards, enamel dots are amazing. So I was thinking that when I started assessing all of my new organization, I've had this box for a little while, and I really only use it like primarily for this compartment. And I was just putting a lot of loose stuff in here in the bottom, but I was thinking, what if I put all of my enamel dots down here? Because these are like really what you guys know if you have been watching me. These are really the things I reach for the most. Um, I I know this is kind of messy. I'll have to think about it. I don't know like an elegant way to store things, and I don't know how much I want to flip through stuff. I just don't have a lot of space up here on my desk. So I'm gonna I'm gonna just do this. And then let's see. And then this is the rest of my dots. I don't really use those stars. I'm probably gonna give up on those. Sometimes do you ever find yourself, even though you own things like can you have an honest conversation with yourself and ask yourself, like, do I really need to hold on to something that I just never reach for? How long do you allow a craft stuff to hang out in your bin or your box? Just because you have it sorted and organized, how long do you, sort through it, reach around it, like these? I don't think I'm ever going to use these. I don't like the shape of the heart. They're just not my style, and I don't know that I'm not sure if I bought them. Sometimes you might buy something because you think it's going to look a certain way, and then you get it home, you get it in the mail, and it doesn't really look the way you thought it was going to. That happens to me far more than I like. So 11 billion years. So Chris doesn't get rid of anything. Chris, do you find a way to sell stuff? If you have something you can hold on to, you just be like, hey, I can sell this. Bonnie says, I love enamel dots. Um, Yeah, I do. I love them too. I didn't realize, and I think you know what? When I first started using them, I never saw enamel dots in like on Amazon or on scrapbook.com. It was kind of like they were trending out. And then all of a sudden, in the last couple years, it's like they're on fire again. It's like they're trending. And everyone is producing enamel dots. I am so, so happy to see that they have made such a comeback because it definitely wasn't like this when I first started using them. I was really having a hard time finding them. So that always makes me nervous when you fall in love with a product that you can see is really hard to find. I get very nervous because I'm like, please don't let this be a thing where I'm going to have such a hard time finding more of it because they're consumables. They're not something you get to use over and over again. I'll hold on to these stars a little longer because they're one of a kind. I think I'm going, that's not regular ones. I'm not a fan of these. I never reach for these. I don't know what it is about these. The color is really, this is a Heidi swap sheet. The colors are cool. I don't know. Anyway, so speaking of organization, I was wondering if you guys would be interested in having like a decluttering session this fall, like I have done in the past, where I kind of do like a live session and then follow it up with like kind of like a declutter and then rebuild. And the point of it would be is to get you ready for, having a crafty winter. It's a very selfish reason on my part. It's really to get you ready for scrapture cards, to have scrapture card sessions with me. So I will be honest, I have selfish motives. I'm just kidding. It would be great if you crafted cards, but if you are crafting whatever, that's really what matters. I just want you guys to be utilizing your little crafty talents and gifts, and sometimes the things that keep you from doing that often have to do with you feeling overwhelmed at the state of your craft space, the supplies you have. There's so much guilt, I think, that's associated with how much stuff we've collected, especially with our craft supplies, because, and I need to look at you when I say this, because crafting is it's an extra thing we get to do. It's like a fun thing. It's a hobby, or, for a lot of us, it's a hobby. I don't look at it that way. For me, I look at it as part of my business. It's part of my business. So it's a have to for me for sure. But what I would say is that, when you are confronted with how much you've spent and you realize you're not using it, and then you realize that if I go in there, I have to actually declutter and get rid of things, that's a really hard type of decluttering to do. Because I would imagine the guilt level is high. And I say that from experience because when I have to go back to our storage and be confronted with how much scrapbook stuff I have and all of it's being confronted with all of your bad decisions or your impulsive decisions. For me, it's all of my hopes and dreams. It's all of the things like I'm going to do this in my business and I'm going to offer this. And I just didn't. So we moved into the RV is what happened. So I put everything into storage. So that's on a big scale. So I know that a lot of you ladies have a lot of stuff. Even if you don't have a craft room, you still accumulate. Because sometimes we get excited with all the new projects. There's so much creativity and inspiration out there. And sometimes we're like, yeah, I'm going to do this. And then you don't. And rather than, do it on your own, you just, I'll someday, or, I'll watch that workshops at some point and then I'll craft that thing. So that's the thing. I totally, totally understand it because I'm that way too. And I thought it would be kind of nice if we could have a little refresh, a little declutter, and then kind of build I can say this from experience. This particular project is a very minimal, can be a very minimal craft project if you wish it to be. So it can be a baby step, letting yourself start with a very minimal amount of supplies and kind of like incorporate things. And that can be a very nice way to start again, so that you're not feeling overwhelmed. The final product that I grabbed is, I did mention I got myself some new stamp pads. And this particular company, they made some of my enamel dots. I'm not super familiar with them, but they had these little mini stamp pads, which, anything mini is adorable and something you'd want to purchase, right? So they make the full size and then the miniature size. So I decided to try to get as many minis as I could. And even at this size, they were still $3. They were $3 on sale. I'm not a huge stamper, so that is why I was trying to find little stamp pads. And having said that, you want to be really careful when you look for stamp pads because there's a difference between water soluble ink and water resistant ink, like a dye ink and a water soluble ink. I think it's a dye ink. Do not trust me on that, on the language I'm using. Just know that there's a difference. You want something, if you are looking for something that's going to be permanent versus a type of stamp pad that's going to have movement to it, like if you spray it with water, it'll move around. It has, body to it like a watercolor. There are different type of stamp pads. So do not focus on the price as your priority. Focus on the type of stamp pad it is, and then do your price comparison. Because I almost made a huge mistake looking just at the price and the size. So anyway, okay. Okay. Hi, Miss KJ. She says she is ready for a decluttering. Hi, Miss Linnell. There you go. Linnell says, no guilt here. The hubby golfs and I craft. Amen, sister. Good for you. I'm glad. I definitely am not suggesting anyone feel guilty. Um, I just happen to think that's true for a lot of people only based on the comments I see. But you know what? Honestly, I think the guilt comes from just knowing you're not using your stuff. If you're a crafter and you use your stuff, there's no reason to feel guilty, for sure. I just know that I haven't. I haven't. So that's what I'm saying. Hello, Miss Jan. Um, true. That is good advice, Jan. I do try to think about that. One thing that I really try to remember when it comes to like the whole idea of buying stuff and decluttering stuff is in the buying mode, when you're like very enamored with buying something, there's like this little part of your brain, that's very, it's the part that's getting excited, the dopamine rush it's the storytelling side of me. I don't know if this is true for you, but it's this fantasy self that sometimes starts to whir in my mind. The fantasy self story is like, if I bought that, I could do this, and then I would do that, and I would do this with it, and then I could do this, and I'm building this whole story, and then I'm justifying why I need this and have this, and it's going, and usually it is around this business. but but ask me how many times I've done that, and then I don't do the thing for whatever reason. And so that's why sometimes I don't trust me. I'm not trustworthy. So anyway, but I'm glad to know that a lot of you don't have that problem, and you guys are good users of your stuff, of your crafty stuff. So I'm gonna put some of my, I tried to focus on like the tones, like muted tones, like fall tones. That was what I was looking for in my ink pads. Stuff I thought would look good. I'm not when it comes to the stamp pads, I'm not really a colorful person. I really like the very muted, very vintagey kind of colors. Getting a green pad was kind of like getting out of bounds. So we'll see how much I use that one. Okay. So are you guys ready to rock? Because that's it for my very long intro. I just wanted to talk about our stuff and talk about my new goodies and some organization and show you like what I got going up here on my desk. Cause I was really, I don't know, I was pretty excited about my new stuff. Which is, I don't know how you feel, but I always find that like new supplies, like they make the project and the crafting so much more exciting. Like now I'm ready to go. I feel excited. Before the show I got going, I did do a little prep. I did kind of pick out a few things that I thought would be fun. So I'll just show you that. I would suggest before the show starts that maybe you think of doing the same thing. Just a thought. Just a thought. So I'm already liking this setup. These little bins are so small. They don't take up much space. They're so easy to move around. I'm really liking this setup a lot. Getting all set up. Okay. So let me go top down. Okay. That's not what I wanted to show you. Okay. What was I going to show you? Okay. So as an example, I shopped through the type of cards that I have to craft with. So I went through my little goodies here. We have so many new pattern cards, you guys. So we've got 4 sets of pattern cards now. Really fun ones, like they're like real ephemera and stuff that I thought would be kind of neat that look like letters. So I thought that would be fun. So I have just some randomy stuff that looks like someone's handwriting on there. So I pulled out this is a craft paper card. So I thought what I would do is like stuff like this, I think is a great background for doing little paper strips. So paper strips is a really, really easy kind of like warm up, get started. It's something I would recommend to you as a really nice warm up. I'm going to grab my little. So this is a fun, oh my goodness, so fun to just pull out strips of scrap paper and start building a collage. So I'm going to, I'm going to see here. I don't want to cover all of the handwriting on that one. Let me try that one. Let me try that. This one's a very cool tone and that one is warm. So I'm going to see. Okay. I'm going to see what I got here. So we got different kinds of paper. So little strips, little pops of color. And all that is just me like noticing something in the box, something that grabs my attention. Scraps of paper are so fun because it's just like whatever you happen to cut down from this beautiful blue card. This is from a Lotteria card. A Lotteria. Probably saying that wrong too. Hey, Miss Debbie Farnham. Jan says that she says that I was that fantasy self and I spent over and over. The guilt was overpowering. I finally decided I had to treat the craft supplies the same as the rest of my house. In the first purge, I dumped 70% of what I had. It was massive. In the second purge, I got rid of another 40% of what was left. I am ready for purge 3 now. Oh my goodness. Wow. What do you guys what kind of purging have you done lately? Let me know in the comments. I am curious what other people have been in. Um Robin, I see your comment. Have you been living in my mind? Yay, Bethany, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. That's very sweet. Hello, Miss Rebecca. I see you. C9. I love their stuff. So, have you tried their ink pads? Do you like them? The only one I've tried is the white one, and I think white ink is kind of different than regular ink. I don't know that it's a good if it's a good test, but I hope their stuff is good. I love their selection of their enamel dots, their ink pads was phenomenal. I absolutely loved that. They have one thing I really loved is how they had matching ink pad colors to enamel dot colors to paper colors. Like that's a really, really cool feature to me that they would make colors be so across a brand, like across products. Is that what I'm trying to say? Okay, I'm already loving this. This is my one trick pony method. I love, love, love some strips. It's just a matter of like getting them in the right order, getting the right little pop of color. There is just something magical about them. Ah, yummy. Oh, Murky says I need to declutter because I'm moving back to, I think that's South Africa early next year, and I won't be able to take all my craft supplies. Well, that is a good reason to have to declutter. That would be a big move. No purging lately. Lydia says I'm always in the collecting of junk phase. Karen says I have a hard time purging. Yes. And maybe for those of you who are like, yeah, I'm not needing to purge, but maybe what you could look at it is like kind of, if I host a declutter day, maybe it's about curating, it's about kind of slimming down and curating a really nice selected kind of little craft supply, like a cart or a tote, so that everything is very simple. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how much you find yourself crafting. I'm going all in on my cards. Obviously I'm taking this super serious with, going doing trademarking and all the rest of it. Like I want to be super serious with it. So I decided that because honestly it just brings me such joy. I can't think of any kind of crafting I've done that I have loved as much as I love crafting these cards. I have loved, and I'm so glad that made them a feature of the Late Night Crafty Club, because I really do find myself like really wanting, really looking forward to crafting and 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 doing this. The only thing that's bothering me about this particular configuration is the fact that these strips right here, they're all kind of like meeting right here in the middle instead of being staggered in some way. They're all kind of like the same length, and that sounds like it would be a good thing, but it's kind of, I don't know, visually it's throwing me off. So what do we do when we want to break something like that up? We throw a honey on it, but we got to get the right honey. Can't. Oh, actually, you know what I was thinking about tonight? I was actually thinking about a hunk. I was thinking about one of our planner men. One of our they've never really been technically called hunks. I mean, they're not literally called that, are they? I don't think they are. We we call them Camp Thunderhead Boys because that's they debuted during the camp reset days. But yes, I think that is exactly what we need. We have this tall gentleman in the yellow bathrobe, and we have this guy in the gorgeous teal boxers, which teal is my favorite pop of color. He is perfect for this one right here. He's probably tall enough to, let me see here. He's probably going to reach to the top of this thing right here. Yes, the symbol of male patriarchy. He's the enemy of every feminist in the land. Uh, poor guy. Poor guy. He's probably off to go work that dreaded job. Go put food on the table for his family. All right. We're going to trim off a little bit of this. I always call this guy Chet. He looks joyful. Do you guys wonder? I don't know. I'm sure some of you remember. I really wish I could remember be around or remember what it was like to um have I don't know. Maybe it was the way that we were I can only speak for somebody of my age group, somebody who's around my age. But when you grow up with like Leave It to Beaver and you grow up watching, the Brady Bunch, and you see how Hollywood kind of showed us what the family looked like, I don't I don't know. It was portrayed as like such a positive thing. And the father was a positive role model. I was thinking about that the other day. All the TV dads. Tell me in the comment section who were your favorite TV dads? I can think of two TV dads that I really liked, and I'm talking about like as a kid. Um I really liked Mike Brady because I really felt like he listened to the kids, and I felt like he was a good disciplinarian, like how he handled things. And I really liked James Evans. He was really about trying to make his sons like men, and I didn't understand a lot of the themes on Good Times, but I really liked James Evans, and I was actually really sad when he died. Um, but he was another father that I liked. I did not really Ward Cleaver, nah, I don't know. That was a weird world because I didn't know any men that wore their suits all the time. He's a little hard to relate to. He was kind of obviously like Ricky Ricardo and Ward Cleaver. They wore suits all the time. But Mike Brady, he's a little easier for us to relate to if you were like obviously Gen X or a young baby boomer, because that would have been like clothes we would see people wearing in our world. You would see more of the like, hey, they have casual clothes on, but the TV of like the older years, they didn't show people like I'm sure I don't know his name, but Father Knows Best. I don't think he got to wear. I don't think men wore suits all the time, or is that just how they showed them on television? Michelle Spencer says, I like Jason Seaver. Yes. Michelle, what a great example. He was like a Mike Brady for his era. He was just like Mike Brady. He was very patient. Wasn't he a therapist? Isn't that what he was? Was he like a therapist or a psychologist or something? Halia says, I also have unopened the Reset Girl paper and planner stickers. Aw. Well, I'm glad you have them. I always feel weird about. I have a few too, and I always feel weird about them because I'm like, am I going to regret using them? Because I won't have them anymore if I use them up. Chris says, uh, dad from Family Ties, the Keaton dad. Julianne says Mike Brady. What was Mike Brady's job? He was an architect. And he had a big drafting table in his office because he would work in there sometimes after hours. And sometimes Carol Brady would sit in there while he was working. And she would like work on like needlepoint or something. Or cross stitching, whatever she was doing, but she would be in there. Oh yeah, Robin's egg said 8 is enough, Dad. Yes. Dick Van Patten. I'm trying to remember what his name was. I really liked that show. And then he married Abby, and then she became their stepmom. Cliff Huxtable, yes, he was a good dad. He was a good dad. we can like his character. We don't have to like the actor that plays any of the actors. I know some of them. Any actor that we later on that has been revealed to be problematic, we could like their character they played. I think, let's see. Debbie says Fred McMurray, My Three Sons. I remember that. It's my three sons. I remember the little intro screen with the little feet. True, Bonnie. I don't know if he was a good father. Fred Sanford may not have been a great father figure, but yeah, I definitely don't know if he gets a good father award. Now, didn't understand a lot of the humor on that show, because I was probably too young, but I definitely remember things about that show. And his son Lamont, was that his name, Lamont? And he was forever having to deal with his father and his antics. Andy Griffith, yes, that he was a good dad. Tom Brady from Eight is Enough. Oh, Charles Ingalls. Yes, Pa. Now that you're saying that, I would add him into my list too. I really liked him. His character, I liked him. He was a good dad on that show. Lee says John Walton of the Waltons. Julie Ann, yes. I named him. James Evans from Good Times. Yep, he made my list. I don't know why did they make him die on that show? I don't understand. I never looked into that, and I don't understand why they did that to him, because like, what was the point of that? I mean, I don't think anything happened. Nothing happened to the actor, did it? Mr. Cunningham from Happy Days, he was a good father. Pa Ingalls was amazing. Agreed, Bethany. Agreed. Let's agree that Archie Bunker would not be in the running. Fred Sanson would not be in the running. George Jefferson would not be in the running. Let's make a pile of the dads that would not be in the running. Okay, so I think he looks pretty good. Now he's not like hugely standing out, but that guy was oh, what is that guy's name? I'm sure one of you will be able to answer that question. All of a sudden his name just flew right out of my head. The Incredible Hulk guy. People, let me tell you about my best friend. That's all I know about that. That's the only thing I could tell you. I don't remember that show at all. Oh, I got one. How about Brian Keith from Family Affair? Was that the name of the show? And I don't know if I'm remembering this right. I think he adopted Jody and Buffy. Okay, I don't know if I'm making that up or if that's accurate. So I could be making all of that up. Don't remember if that's correct. Michelle Spencer said, "You said George Jefferson, but I heard George Jetson, and I was wondering what the problem." Yes, it has turned out that there has been controversies with George Jetson. He has been caught in a scandal. Oh, okay. I don't know anymore. It's like I don't want to know. I want to know, but it's like, oh, but it's hard to know. It's hard to know. The just the just good to not put anybody on just don't admire anybody, I guess. Don't put anyone on a pedestal of any kind. All right, so let's get my I'm taking too long here. I'm sorry. I was getting more engaged in that is a good question. Debbie Farnham wants to know, where were all the parents on the Peanuts? Like, we could hear some of them squawking in the background. Wah, 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 wah. But you never saw anybody. Why were there no parents? Did you guys know that there are new Charlie Brown cartoons? Or I don't know if you call them cartoons, but there's new animated Charlie Brown. They have them. I do not want to watch them because I don't want to be disappointed. I can only imagine what the stories would be like today. So that's no for me, but I was looking something up and I saw that there was like new storylines that they were talking about. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. Obviously, we just had the classic ones from our childhood, like It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and Christmas, and the Valentine's Day one always made me. Well, actually, I don't remember now because I had a book of Charlie Brown stuff, and I read that thing all the time. It was like a giant anthology of all of the like strips all together. And it was like my daily read, like my comfort reading or something. I was reading from that all the time as a kid. So I'm kind of wondering if I'm just remembering that from from that. Was there a Valentine's special and poor Charlie Brown got hosed as always? Like all the kids got cards and he didn't get one. I don't understand that. Poor Charlie Brown. I don't know about you. Did anyone identify with Charlie Brown? Like all the stuff that happened to him? I always felt such empathy for that poor little boy. Um, Hello, Cat Mom. Hello. Bonnie says I still watch the classic Peanuts show Thanksgiving and Christmas every year. It's the best. Sherry Susan, hello. Yes, the little redheaded girl. He had such a little crush on her. And I do remember that the Dolly Madison Company was their official sponsor when it was on when we were kids. That was the sponsor of their show. So I remember that because I was a little fat kid. So I remember because they were always showing the yummy treats, like the little junk food donuts, like was it donuts? I forget the type of what are those little Dolly Madison rolls? They're like red with the little coconut flakes all over them. Those things. Where's my glasses? I put them down. I gotta get some stamps going here on this dude. There we go. I got it. Bonnie says, and the Great Pumpkin one too. I do love the Great Pumpkin. I I always wondered like where this idea of the Great Pumpkin came from. Like, like I genuinely thought it was a thing because Linus thought it was a thing and he was so convinced of it that I thought it was a thing because that was what informed me as a little kid was that show. At the time it was the only show on TV about, about that. And then and I remember getting a little older and then Garfield came out with a little Halloween special when I was I don't know, when I was little. Okay. Yes, there was a Valentine Brown. Okay. I was not remembering that, misremembering. Okay. So I need to find one that's like good for this guy. So let's see. We got crazy, tough. How about tough? I think, I think that he deserves that. We'll give him tough. Bye, Karen. Okay. Tough, tough, tough. We're going to give him a manly. It's got He does not have a dad bod. He's got his little abs going. So we're going to give him this one. I love the names that they have for their stamps. This one's nutmeg. This one's mushroom. Let's see. So I get a dark one. Okay, I'm going to go with mushroom. I'm gonna stamp it on this red one. Okay, I should do a test stamp. I shouldn't just be willy-nilly, right? What am I thinking? Just being all willy-nilly. I have no idea. You see what was gonna happen, you guys? I was gonna stamp upside down. Oh my goodness. Why? Why do I do the things I do? Okay, there we go. I promise you, my workshops will be nothing like this. I will bring the best of the best. I will not have you be stamping things upside down. On YouTube, you get what you get. In a workshop, it is strictly professional. Okay. Okay, like that. Now's a good time for I don't feel he's a ruffle guy. I feel like ruffles would not be right for him. He needs something else. It almost feels like a little bit of a flag behind him. I have these cool colors that are like really different than I normally get. I got these different kinds of greens. I got some blues. These light blue ones. Love, 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 love. Now, the only question is, where do they go? Where do I put them? Okay, I'm going to go for this top piece right here. And I don't know how do I make you come closer? Let's see. Can I make you come closer? I can. I can and I shall. Come closer. All right. Hopefully you will be able to see what I'm going to do. Not that I'm about to show you anything amazing and groundbreaking, but hi, Miss Jennifer. Hi, Marie Louise. If I did not say hi to you earlier. Okay, so I got these delicious little dots. So this particular pattern has these little points where they meet at the top of each of the little, what would you call this? Little chevrons, little tips. So I think that would be a lovely place to place one of these little dotty dots. And I think this blue might possibly be a great color for that. Now that I've said it, I am thinking, is that blue going to stand out because it's right next door to this blue? So that's a little, it's not as stand out as I would have liked it to be. So I might need to try a different color. These blue dots are divine. Can I use that word? I will and I shall and I am. Thank you, Tammy Anderson. Chris, you never saw the Halloween, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? Oh, sir, that's a little sad. Okay, I have a question. I really want to know this. So I need some of you to think really hard because this might be buried in the recesses of your memory. You may not remember this right away. But I want to know if I'm the only one or if there are some of you who actually remember this. I'm gonna share this link in my newsletter, so because I think that it is a really, really cute movie. But did you watch or did you see a movie when you were a kid? I think the movie is from 1970, it's 70 something. Okay. It's in the 70s and it stars, Scott Baio and Jodie Foster. And they are like 11 or 12 years old. And the whole movie is about child mobsters. They're pretending to be like mobsters in the 1920s. And the whole movie is all children. There's no adults in it. It's a musical, but all the songs are sung by adults. So it has like an adult singing all the words, but the kids are like lip syncing. And the guns that they use are cream pie machine guns. And Jodie Foster plays this like starlet that is she is like playing in a speakeasy, and Scott Baio is a little mobster guy. So you guys remember? Yes, yes, it is. It's Bugsy Malone. Yes. Okay. I was actually feeling a little weird bringing it up. I don't know why. I was obsessed with that movie when I was a little girl. I just thought, well, I think there's a lot of cute boys in that movie. When you're a little kid, that's an interesting film, but I found it on YouTube, so I am going to put a link to it in the clubhouse, and I'm going to send a link to it in my newsletter. Because if you haven't seen it, I have the soundtrack to it. I found the soundtrack as a record, a vinyl record. I think it was an import, and Mark even got a soundtrack for me when we were first dating. He hunted one down for me. Um, it is the cutest movie. Now, I think watching it as an adult, you might feel differently, but it is a British movie. It is so interesting to see a movie like this. Nothing has ever been made like it. It is absolutely fascinating that they pulled this off. So it was Jodie Foster, Scott Baio. You will not believe how young they are. The whole cast is kids. Kids and like older teenagers, young adults, like really young adults. And I think the director is named Alan Parker. Okay, that does not pop. That's not working for me. I don't know what the right color is. Maybe it's red or pink or something. I thought blue would be right, but oh, Jade says I literally just named my rescue Pomeranian Bugsy Malone. Well, Jade, you have to go watch, go look it up on YouTube. Bugsy Malone. Go look it up. And there's a song. There's a whole song about Bugsy Malone. And you will see what I mean. It is crazy. I think you can watch it with your children because it is clean. It is a clean movie. There's no cussing in it. There's no canoodling in it. It is a completely clean. Now, they might think it's weird because it's like a very unusual movie compared to what they're used to. I I don't know, the idea of like children being little mobsters, but and it's in the like depression era kind of, so it can't be the 20s. It's like the 30s. It's the 30s because they're definitely singing about the depression. But that was definitely melted my heart when Mark hunted down the soundtrack for me as a gift to woo my heart. Okay, I feel so much better that you guys remember this, and it's not me. Jennifer says they drive pedal cars, right? They have these cute little cars. They all drive little cars with little pedals, and the speakeasies that they have, like there's no drugs or drinking. They're not even drinking alcohol when they talk about their their speakeasy. It's like so innocent. It's so cute. Hey, Michelle. Hi, Miss Melanie. Yes. Jade says, I know the movie well. I love Tallulah. My name is Tallulah. Yep. I used to I used to dance around to those little songs when I was a little kid. in the, in the safety of my bedroom all by myself. Right, Julianne? She says, I can see an image of Jodie Foster's feather boa. Yes. And her little rougey face. Isn't that amazing how young she was? It's just not a movie you hear people talk about or ever mention. And so I thought, and I know don't think we've ever talked about it. So I thought I would bring it up because I happened to go look it up and go check. And it actually is free on YouTube. So I thought, oh, it's time. It's time. So I want to spread the word too. If you haven't seen it, you should. Okay, so I got him. I got Dots. Feel pretty good about that. This is a guy. He's taken a while, but you know what? I'm okay with that. He deserves. He deserves it. Let's see here. I'm gonna give him some numbers here. Hey, Miss Justine. Hi, Deborah Ramos. I don't think I said hi to you. And hi, Miss Tango. The reason why I thought about it is because we were watching a movie the other night, and one of the characters in that movie, he's actually, when you think about how old that movie is, they're all older now. And he was in the movie that we were watching. And so I mentioned it to Mark. I said, oh, look, there's that kid right there. That man, he was the kid that played Babyface in that movie. So it made me go look it up, of course. And that's when I realized that it was available. And then I thought, you know what? I am going to ask if people remember this movie. It just seems like such a strange movie, but I don't want to get judged for it. Hi, Marina. Oh, I said it right. I'm not a very good pronouncer, so I was a little concerned that I was not hitting it. I know that if I had a true accent, if I said it, people that have that beautiful the way they roll their R's, and they, people who speak in their romantic languages, they make everything sound so good. I have wanted to try to like relearn to, Spanish, but even if I did, I would never speak it as good as it sounds when it's spoken by, a native speaker. They just have all the beautiful like notes. It just sounds like music. And so I would be missing that even if I could say the words. And I know this because when I tried it in high school, I had a lot missing in my. I'm off camera. So sorry. I was just told I was off camera. Okay, so does that look good, or is it? I think the peeking in, like the stuff behind it, peeking. I think that's bugging me. So this is what you do if you don't like washi or stickers that are transparent. One thing you can do is put them against something that is solid. Like, for instance, I could have left it on its backing and then glued it down, leaving it on its backing. Sorry. I forgot that I was zoomed in. That's the zoomy. Thanks, Susan Lloyd. Okay. There we go. Hey, Miss Serenity. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the heads up. I had zoomed in too much. There we go. All right. So if you are using something that has too much transparency, like washi tends to be that way, sometimes some of the stickers or like the washi strip, like washi strip stickers, any of that type of material, it can be very transparent. So one way of being able to use it on top of an element that's like very dark and you don't want it to show through is either glue it down with its backing still attached to it, or you can attach it to a solid piece of paper and then cut it and then lay it down. So now I don't have the paper peeking through, and now it, it stands out. So there's that. I am still working on Mr. Card number 1. This one down here, I feel like I need something down here. I really, really like the little dots, how they turned out. They're up here. But I want to do something down here. Let me see what is in my arsenal. What do I normally do? I can use stamps. I can use stickers. I could use the hexies. I can use the arrows, the little doodads. Okay. Ooh, I could use word strips too. Can't stop awesome. That's what I'm saying. So put that there. And then I need a pen. And then I will put one of my squiggly things around that and around this. And then I'm going to add some of my little doodads, because those are fun. They are fun. There we go. Can't stop awesome, sir. He's a little heartthrob. Okay, so that was one of my questions. So let me see. I'm going through my questions. So I wanted to ask you about Bugsy Malone. Okay, check. I asked you about uh good TV dads. Okay, favorite fall movies. What's your favorite fall movie? Go. Okay, Can't Stop Awesome. Now I need to get. Do I have any other stickers? Stickers. Oh, I have stuff in here. This is all my new stuff. I like this girl so much with her little crossed arms. She just looks so sassy. She would look really good with him. Oh, here she is here with her crossed, like she's like, let me see if I could get her on here. Because it's like she's giving him. Okay, I think that's cute. I'm going to put her on here with him. Like she's just not giving him the time of day. He's like, hey, see my washboard abs? And she's like, no, I don't. I'm sure that is not how a man courted a woman. He was not showing her his washboard abs. Okay, so let me see here. This sticker is going to get covered. Okay, let's see here. Right, Jade. Now I've got the Tallulah song in my head. Now, if I put her here, what if I put her a little bit off of the card? Will that imbalance the card? Does that look weird? Hmm. Uh-oh. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I like her on there, but I also am not sure. Because when I put her on there, my eye immediately feels like she's making the card too lopsided. Sorry, honey. It's true though. There's like an imbalance to the card. Too bad I don't have a honey going the other way. That would be funny. And they're both like giving him their backs. That's like such a let's see, like a one of those movies that we like. There's that one. I don't know. That's kind of funny, huh? But then I don't know. I don't want to make it seem like a weird card, like he's lifting up his shirt. Come on. Chet isn't like that. He's Mr. He's Mr. Manners. Okay. We'll leave it at that. Where is my pen? There's other hunks. There's other scenarios I can come up with. Where is my pen? Where is my pen? Hocus Pocus, You've Got Mail, When Harry Met Sally. You Got Mail is the number one movie for me. Good Will Hunting and Dead Poet Society are also a must watch for fall. That's really funny, you guys, because I have a quote. The cards I was showing you guys earlier. If you came in late and missed my debut, I was showing the fun little fall cards that I made that are in our shop. Well, I put one of them to the side. One of them didn't make it into the collection. So these are the fall sculpture cards that I made for sale. And these are all these are just quotes about fall that I thought would be fun. But one of the quotes that I did a little card for was from the movie You've Got Mail. And I took that card and I set it aside and I'm going to make it a little freebie. So that's funny that is a favorite fall movie. It is a sweet fall movie. There's just some movies that just have that fall vibe. And that is one of them. Okay. I'm going to set him aside for the moment. Sometimes I'll come back because I'll I'll do something on another card and then realize, oh, I like this, and then I'll go back and add it to a bunch of other cards I did. I have seen myself do that over and over again. I wasn't thinking I would do one of these stitched things, but I don't know, maybe I will do a little one. I was trying to think of there's a movie. Was I looking up fall movie lists? I feel like I was just the other day because I was trying to make a list. On Sunday, I wanted to do a fun little fall um, newsletter for you in the clubhouse, and I wanted to give you a little movie list, and I rounded up some cute things, and I'm trying so hard now. All of a sudden, I'm forgetting what were some of the movies that I had come up with because I was curious. And there was actually a couple that I had never really thought about that I looked up that were on the list. And because I did some research. Oh, I wish I had I wish I had a copy of it to watch like on DVD, Michelle, because you know what though? There is a copy that you can watch online. I just noticed this. If you I don't know if they, because from time to time I'll look up the Anne of Green Gables, and they have a, I can't remember if it's like you rent it. You like can rent it from the platform, and it's like a really beautiful website too. And so it's a small rental fee, and they give you the whole set, like the whole three seasons that take you from like all the way up to the end, which was, you know, when her and Gilbert are on the bridge. And it was the most wonderful thing because you'd put in all those hours of watching it, and she was telling him that I don't want diamond sunbursts and marble halls. I just want you. So if you go look it up online, there is a platform where you can stream it, and it's not Netflix or anything like that. It's like its own platform for Anne of Green Gables. Like they have this really beautiful website, and you can just watch a collection of the original set. And I just can't remember how it's like what it was, but you will see if you Googles it. Okay, so I am moving on to another card, which I have right here. Okay, so here was my other thought, which is a really, I randomly grabbed a library card out of my box. It's so cool to think that this was once in a library somewhere, the Library of Congress. It was once inside of a library, and somebody somewhere once looked this up. Yankee Reporters, 1861 to 65, New York, Oxford University Press, 1956, includes bibliography. So this book was all about U.S. history, Civil War journalists. So the people that were reporters of what was going on during the war. Isn't that cool? So, not that that's going to have anything to do with what I'm going to do to the card. I just thought that was really cool. It's like all my cards are super random. So I grabbed this out, and I have this little golden guide book. And had marked in advance some of the pages, and the ones that stood out to me have this gorgeous, gorgeous deep robin egg blue color. Those really caught my eye. And then this particular graphic caught my eye. So there were some that I was just thinking, oh goodness, these are whole pages. So I have a couple in here that I could, what's this one? Yeah. So I thought, hmm, ooh, arsenic is on the back of here. Magnesium. Take that every day. So I'm thinking, and this one's nickel and iron. So I was thinking I would just pull some, I don't know, like tear it out maybe. I know this feels like so blasphemous. Oh my gosh, I just did it. Oh, my heart. Oh, what am I thinking? Oh, because of that. You know why? What I'm thinking is I'm thinking about use what you love. That way when I have this box full of hundreds and hundreds of cards, I will be able to look through them as an old woman and be like, "Oh, look at this. Look what I did. It's so beautiful. It's so cool." And I will not be sorry that I ripped this book from 1950 something that's just sitting here. I mean, we can't treat everything so precious. This little card and this little book is getting a second chance at life. It's getting repurposed into art that makes my heart sing. And that has value. So I love looking at people's art that they make out of random bits of ephemera. So I want to make stuff out of random bits of ephemera. So there is my cool card. So you can see that it has a interesting tear up the middle, just random tear. It has a dolomite, like a dolomite sandwich. Crack myself up. All right. Do I need a guy in a flannel shirt? You know, I'm feeling like it's kind of a boys' night. I don't know, but it could be I could swing it back. We could get the girls involved again. Do I need a girl? I could. She is really beautiful. Isn't she lovely? By the way, I need to remind you is we do have a honeys coloring book, Dress the Honeys. These girls are going to be in that, all of these outline girls. It is ready to start being like a cover needs to be made to it and then it needs to be uploaded. So it is something that is just in the works. It's okay. Uh, I know it's Vegemite. I just was being funny. I thought it would be, I thought it would be funny. No Gen Xer would think that a Dolomite sandwich. I would have to rip up my card. Oh my gosh, that is kind of funny. It makes her head look like a little ball of stress. Like she's just got so much going on in her head, right? She has a picture of Serenity on her face, but with this like object behind her, it kind of is funny. It's like, it just shows like she almost like a headpiece. I kind of like it. Can I just sing the praises of these? They look so flat in the like on in our shop that you cannot understand how bomb they look in real life. This looks like like drew it on the page. The clear sticker stock is like so awesome. It is amazing. These were hand drawn by an illustrator. So they look almost identical. He did such a fantastic job matching them to their honey counterpart. So like the color version. So I cannot wait to dress these girls. They're going to be so fun. So that'll be another fun thing we can do on the show. Yes. So, I don't know. I kind of like that. It says something about her and her mental health. Like she's just got a lot going on. Um, what am I going to do here? I feel like I want to do some stamps because I said I wanted to be more stampy. That was the whole reason why I bought myself some ink pads. So we got this ink pad called Lemongrass. Now, for this one, I have Crazy. That one would not work. Happy, Beautiful, Messy. How about Messy? Let's go with Messy. Good night, Janice. Good night, Chris. I will. Oh, by the way, just to let you know, we are going to start shifting back 1 hour. So this will be my last time starting at 6 o'clock. Hopefully, I said that before. So the next time I do a live stream, I will be doing it at 5 o'clock. So I will be noting that on the next announcement that I put up, and I will put that on the newsletter that I will send out. If you are signed up for the Late Night Crafty Club newsletter, um, you will get that update as well. Just that reminder that I'm going to be moving the time back. Yes, that would be 8 o'clock for our East Coast friends. So that will be earlier for you friends, and 5 o'clock here. So that will be starting the next time we see each other. It's going to be fall. Sunday starts fall. So it'll be very exciting. So that will be the next change that we have. So please, if you want to stay in the loop and make sure you don't miss out on anything Late Night Crafty Club related, be sure to sign up for the newsletter for the Late Night Crafty Club. That's all that it is. It's just a quick, short little reminder newsletter that I send out twice. I send it out right before each event. And I give you your printable, your bingo prompts, and I just let you know what the dates are. So you're all caught up in the loop. And I just let you know, hey, if you were planning on, attending, I have a fun promo tonight, like new products tonight. I said there was going to be a free decal going out to everyone who places an order in our store, our physical order, which I've misplaced said product. I'm really good at misplacing things. So yeah, if you place an order with us tonight, we have a fun little buttercup vintage sewing machine decal to put in your order to ship it on out to you. Okay, let me do a quick little check on here. So far, what I got going. Dots, yes, yes, and yes. Inked, yes, and yes. Stamped, yes, and yes. Lyric. Okay, I'm gonna give myself credit for some stuff I did outside of the show, but that I did in my crafting life. And you guys can do that too. I give you total permission to use your sheet all throughout the month. You do not have to just use it while you're doing the Late Night Crafty Club. It is sponsored by the Late Night Crafty Club, but don't think that you can only use it for crafting during the show. I want to encourage you to craft all throughout the month. So if you are finding yourself doing stuff offline, just go nuts and reward yourself. Be very generous with your crafting prompts. So I did a lyric and quoted when I made my fall prompts, my little prompt cards. Not my fall prompts, my cute prompt. My Corey, think you're you're my cards. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, I wanted to show the little sewing machine again, but I have lost it. It is completely gone, and that's so weird. Okay, don't lose this. All right. Gridded line pattern made. I did make a pattern. I made something and I honeyed. I honeyed like a boss. I shared it here. Um, Technically I stickered, but circles. I'll wait a little longer on that. Okay. Thank you, sir. Anyway, one more time, just to remind you, is that if you place an order during this Late Night Crafty Club, this live session, we will be popping one of these sweet little buttercup yellow vintage sewing machine decals. These decals are so well made, into your order, and ship it out to you. And up to within 1 hour of this show ending, we will fulfill orders. We will be giving you one of those with all physical orders. So thank you very much in advance. Okay, so I love this color and color combination here. That is scrumptious. Scrumptious. I might go a little longer than I normally do because it has been taking me a little longer to get my crafting process where I like it. And I don't want to just close out of here saying I did 2 cards. Is that divine or what? Do you ever bring paper together or elements together and just look at them and go, that is so scrumptious. That's just like eye candy. Good night, Miss Ellen. Is this just scrumptious? Hi, Tish. Hello, hello. Is that scrumptious? Is that just me? Do you guys do that too? Do you just like bring bring stuff together and just go, oh my goodness gracious, that is divine. Divine. Now. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this on camera. This, so I kind of want to bring the camera down. So let me show something to you. This is like a little lesson of this is what my eye sees. Maybe you don't see it this way, but this is what I see. So I want to hack this off and put this little square here. And what I see when I look at this is, okay, I see this line right here, and then it stops right here, and then starts again right here. So this little white line here, which is actually dotted, it is matched up. So it goes right across here. So even though this is a different color and it just is totally different, it just looks like it goes in a straight line somehow. That looks really cool. If I put it up somewhere else, it's not terrible, but it's like, I don't know, it feels like it belongs right here. So I'm going to cut it about right there. And I'm just going to glue this little random notched piece of wood, brown paper. Okay. Okay. So I got this going on. Okay. Got this. And then with this one, I think if I brought a tab into the mix, there's this one tab. These tabs are also in the store. They're called pop tabs. They are printed on photo paper, so they are super, super crisp. And they just gently, like just a gentle little pop and out of the frame. So they're very, very satisfying feeling of getting them out. But they're really nice for the little scrapture cards because you don't, I feel like with these cards, I feel like they just need to be more, it's more about looks than it is about functionality. It's not like a planner tab, like when they're really more important to have. But this color is pretty yummy. So it's also matching this kind of like green here. It might be a little too matchy for me. I do like it here. Okay, now I like it because I'll show you what I mean. When it's on this side of the paper, like it feels like it fits right here. Okay, and now whoa, it's a cascade of stickers. Okay, let's see what else I got. I got honeys. I got honeys and wootsits aplenty. You got gadgets and gizmos galore. You want thingamabobs? Got 20. But who cares? No big deal. Okay. Do I like that? I don't know. Sometimes I love my doodads. Sometimes I'm not sure how I feel about them finding their way into like some projects. Like I'm not sure if they make things silly or if they like take away from. Never quite sure. Okay, so I think I want to do a word strip up here in this little white space, and I'm trying to decide. You are amazing, girl. You are amazing. Has anybody gone to see the new Beetlejuice movie? I like that. Now, what's neat about putting that here is then I feel like that kind of brings this dark block kind of drags us over here. Um, oh, jump in the line, walk your body in time. Oh, yeah. I believe in jump in the line. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think that actually feels better. Like not as in your face. Deb just did eight cards added to your collection tonight. Oh, wow, you got me on that one. I was like, oh, I'm so excited for you. You crack- Oh, Deb, thank you very much for purchasing the cards and supporting my shop. I appreciate that so much. That was funny. You got me. Thank you to everybody who had placed an order tonight. I appreciate you so, so much. Oh, Penny said she did see it and she thought it was quite good. Good day, sunshine. Let me see. If I put it there, it would block the one thing I wanted that there for, so that's not a good idea. Hmm. Hey, Miss Mandy. It is good to see you. The stickers, which ones? What are we talking about? I have um these are tabs that we just got in our store, and these are all of the delicious honeys. We've got oodles and oodles. Oh, Bonnie said that her and her son went to see Beetlejuice. We loved it. I was I was a little I don't know if I'll go see it, to be honest with you, but I was a little nervous when I first heard about it, because as you are well aware, a lot of the newer movies, when they do these kind of revisions and stuff, or not this, I know this is not a revision, it's sort of like a revisiting. It's always kind of, it's a little, I'm a little skeptical. I don't know what to expect. And so I was a little nervous because I loved that movie so much as a teenager, and I just didn't want to see it um, ruined. So I kind of just kind of established it within my heart that I probably wouldn't see it. That way I wouldn't be disappointed. But I did go to Nix.com, and I got my daughter-in-law. They came out with a Beetlejuice eye palette and lip glosses. They did a collaboration with them. So she loves Beetlejuice. And when we were in New York City together, we went to the Beetlejuice musical, which that musical was amazing. That was such a fun, fun, fun musical. So I got that for her. I assume she'll see the movie, but I just don't think that I'll end up seeing it. So I have the t-shirt from the Beetlejuice musical. I think that's it. Um, I got it. Okay, Miss Mandy. So at one point I had a fun little sticker thing going on where I was curating stickers from other shops. And then I made like a whole little kit in it. And this particular set came from a little kit that I did called Tokyo. I can't remember which one it was. It was called Corey's Curated Kits, and this one was about the Tokyo something. Those of you who purchased it might remember the name of it. I am forgetting, but this set and this set came from that little kit. So I'm still working my way through them, and then these little ruffles came from some stores on Etsy. But if you like this style, Tim Holtz has, I think that's what these are based on. Is actually these might be Tim Holtz now that I'm looking at them. I think that's what these are. Tim Holtz has these little recreation of vintage little tags. Hi, Miss Katie. Thank you, Sherry Susan. I love those kits too. It crossed my mind the other day. I was thinking to myself, I wonder if I would revisit doing them again, because that was kind of fun. I did two different times doing them. I think I'm gonna go with, let me see here. How tiny are the, oh, you know what? I have, haha. Nope, not those. Hmm. I need to refresh that box. It is not full enough. These are all little squares. I could try that one. So let me use my little Pepsi collection. I'm reaching over here trying to grab. There we go. Okay, so I have these fun little stickers. I'm trying to add a little bit of contrasting color. My gosh, this is so mid-century modern. It is divine. And of course, now we need a little bit of mustard. A little bit of mustard. Yeah, I think I'm going to take these off because now this is pulling it down. The stars, okay. I feel like the stars are not as egregious. But then again, if I just do stars with my little pen, I feel like a lot of times I just like that. Um, that particular kit, I don't think so, Mandy, but I will look around and see if I have any more of this stuff right here, because I might. I shall look. But I don't I gave away my last kit recently. Okay, so I am adding some of my little flourishes that I like. How about a little thought bubble? And my white pen. Okay. My other fun thing is the white pen. What if I added a fun design on my white pen? I should do a video of afterwards, after the Late Night Crafty Club, the next day, cleaning up my desk, the day after the Late Night Crafty Club. because this place is a wreck. In fact, the next day, I don't even come in here on Saturday. I just stay in the front room. I'll be honest with you. I stay out there. I do not come in here. I cannot face the mess. Okay, this is cool. My Dolomite sandwich. Give a little love, then it all comes back to you. Okay, so we talked about fall movies. I saw some of your answers. Okay, tell me a favorite bad movie. And when I say a bad movie, I mean like, what's a bad movie? You know, you know what I mean by bad movies? Like B movies, badly acted movies, movies that we can agree are just like the bad movies. They're just not the blockbuster movies that we kind of agree are kind of like, oh, that was kind of a bad movie. But maybe they're like the favorite movies later. Um, what do you call it? I'm trying to think of an example of what I would consider a bad movie. Because I was looking on what are we looking at? Uh what's that channel? So I was looking at Paramount, and they have quite a few movies from like the 80s and 90s on there. And some of them I remember and some of them I don't. And it's really interesting when you look at movies that were totally acceptable to us when we were younger. It's really weird how you look at them now and go, wow, the acting was really bad. This is the movie full of bad acting. But yet I can watch it because it's like, but the story is cool, or it's still interesting, or it's still good. Stuff like that. Um so Denise likes getting I like getting the reminders, Miss Denise says, about I assume you're talking about the newsletter. Yes, I hope so. I definitely am not trying to pester you guys. Okay, so I am adding these fun little dots along the bottom of this card, which is got to qualify me for something on here. What do I got going? Circles, snipped, stamped. I've been snipping my honeys up a lot tonight and stickered. I'm going to take that now. This is a fun card. I'm liking this. The more I'm working on it, which now is making me want to add more of this little white border. Where's my white pen? Okay, so hopefully, hi.
Hey, sweetie.
Yes. Am I doing something
You're off
amiss?
camera again.
I'm off camera again. This is why you don't Zoom.
Well, there's this other thing you can click right here, sweetie girl. That'll make it tilt down.
Oh, yeah, this is why I don't Zoom. Zooming is never good. It never works for me. Oh my gosh, this pen is divine. Ugh. So in our upcoming discussion about like declutter and rebuild, that's how I would like to frame it. Honey, BB,
Yeah.
would you mind closing that down?
Closing the fish.
Yes, I don't like being in a fishbowl. Not that there's any neighbors out there, but maybe something scary's out there watching me, like Bigfoot. Okay, there's an example. Did you guys realize how many Bigfoot movies they've made now? I can't help but notice when I was cruising through looking at movie selections.
One of the prerequisites is it has to be a B movie.
Yes, there are a lot of B movies made about Bigfoot. I'm not sure why all of a sudden that is a thing or a trend, but I just couldn't help but notice there's a lot on there. A lot. All right. I'm going through with this little black and white theme here. All right. I got sidetracked, but let me see if I can catch up to what I was saying. So in going back to talking about the whole declutter and rebuild. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, those of you who are interested in that concept, would be the idea of having a rebuild process is kind of curating yourself some special tools. Some of the things that, I'm doing now, these are not anything I was doing before. I wasn't doing them last year. And now there's certain little things that I love and am like absolutely obsessed with. They just bring me such joy. Um, and so maybe there's things like that in your collection or things that you haven't really tried or experimented with, or maybe there are. But if you curated your materials a certain way, you can kind of create yourself a little toolkit, like a kit of supplies to make your little cards with. And that can give them a kind of like, a fun look. And it can help you kind of hone a style which is really fun because then you're kind of working on developing. It's not just about slapping cards together, to see how many you can make, but it's really about developing a style or honing in on a particular technique that you really like, and then seeing different ways you can apply it. As an example, I'm just pointing out this little dot pattern thing I got going here. I really didn't. I've had these little white paint pen, the white gel pen. I just bought 3 fresh pens. I have been buying these pens since 2015. They tend to die a slow death. I just forget that I own them and I don't use them. So this year I decided that I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them in my cards, and I bought 3. So I made a what is the word? A intentional decision that this would be one of my tools. Another thing I decided to buy was one of the chubbier, fatter white paint pens, the kind that like are really chubby white blobby pen. And I got one of these, and I absolutely love this pen. Miss Kelly Anderson was so sweet to remind me that I had the pen and could be using it in a project because I again forgot that I had it, and now I'm like obsessed. So I did end up buying a pack of black and white pens, which to nobody's surprise, I do not know where they are currently. Um, my room is extremely tidy. It's not like I have a ton of places for things to go. It's just that I don't just it's like I have a different version of me that thinks this is a really good place to put this. And then the other version of me that comes along later is in complete disagreement. And I do not know where that box of pens went. I wanted to show it to you. I believe I got it off of Amazon, and they are very inexpensive. And they are really cool. Uh, huh. I'll have to show it to you next time. They are double ended. So they have a sharp end and like a chubby end. So anyway, I'm just giving this as an example. So like just having, a couple of pens in my little arsenal is now giving me a whole new technique to practice, which is like using little tiny dots. And like, look how cute and like fun and like different ways I could do, testing that out. And that's just like such a simple thing, but there's so many other fun things. And if you're looking for ideas, Pinterest is such a fantastic way of getting inspiration. You can look up collage, mixed media, and see how people use little uh, details, especially like art journaling, because a lot of times people put little bitty um, details with their pen in their art journaling. Okay, I got some answers. Uh, Shell, is there a better Bigfoot movie than Harry and the Hendersons, though? I have never seen this movie, so I think I need to do that. Serenity is voting for Untamed Heart with Christian Slater. Uh, and what was her name? Marissa Tomei. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna go. I think that's a good one. Um, oh, Gleaming the Cube. Poor Christian Slater. Margaret, she's nominating that one. I remember that. Of course, when I was younger, I would never have nominated it. Um, Tammy is nominating Big Trouble in Little China. That is one I've not seen, but I know that is that movie supposed to be intentionally like spoofy? Is it supposed to be that way? I've not seen it, but it seems that way. Okay, Mandy is seconding Gleaming the Cube. I haven't thought of that movie in forever. Thank you for the throwback. That's funny. Um, he'll be fine. He'll recover. Um, oh my gosh, I just saw Christian Slater in a it was a promo for a really old movie. What was it? Tales from the Dark Side. Do you guys remember that? It was like it came out in the 90s, 80s. I think the 80s, maybe the early, I don't remember. But he was in one of the segments of that. I just saw that because it was like on the Paramount app and I wanted to see the trailer just because I could not remember all of it. I saw that in the theaters when it first came out, but I remember he was in it. I may have had a little crush on him. So that's funny that you bring him up. Hi, Miss Evelyn. She loves the Little China one. I have not seen Big Trouble in Little China. That is a Kirk. What is his last name? Goldie Hawn's man. I cannot remember him. Kurt Russell. That's his movie. Okay, so I like it. Anybody else want to volunteer a bad movie? A favorite bad movie? Um, right? Denise says you kind of live up in Bigfoot territory, so definitely I would close the blinds. You are right. That is a very good point. Not very far from here, as a matter of fact, is where we start getting into a lot of different crazy territories. Lots of different things happening up in this part of the state. Um, I'm trying to think, what would I nominate? What would I nominate as a bad movie? I should have been prepared with an answer if I was going to ask the question, right? Okay. I can't now. I just took the ink right off my page. I wish that they have a white pen with that needle tip. Like that would be so sweet. Is this my only pen option? Do I have any other white pens? Okay. I seem to have these are my 3 white pens. This is the champion of white pens. This is what in the white pen. I watched a video on YouTube where somebody had done a battle of all of the white pens on the market, and this one was like by far and away the most across the board best pen. Like for um, I would say for like just best value all around. It didn't like it failed for maybe doing really specific things, but I think most of us are not the kind of I don't think it would matter for the average crafter. Let's just put it that way. Um okay. The Legend of Billie Jean. That's a good one. That is a very good suggestion. She's okay, Michelle says you can rent Harry and the Hendersons for $4.29. There you go. It was filmed in the Seattle area. You know what else was filmed? Actually in Tacoma, and it was filmed at Stadium High School. Well, part of it was the 10 Things I Hate About You. Their home is in the Stadium District, where daughter currently lives, and Stadium High School in Tacoma is the high school that they show that they're in. That high school is crazy. It looks like it is a beautiful high school, but it is like it's so amazing that it's a high school. It doesn't seem like it would be. Okay, I don't know. I feel like this is good. I love this card. Okay, so I think this one. And now that I've done those dots, now that makes me want to do add dots. See? Because I added some to those. Now I want to add dots here. That's exactly what I said would happen is I would think of a technique because I did it somewhere else. So I added some dots to that stripy stripe. Does it work as a stripe? Not really. Did I just ruin this? It works better as dots, not really as a stripe. Just for the record, it seems like. Okay, Sherry Susan says ice castles. Oh, Jennifer. Oh my gosh, I totally agree. That is such an excellent suggestion. Tough turf. Do you guys remember Tough Turf? That has James Spader in it. I think he's in it. Was he in it before he was the bad guy in Pretty in Pink? Before he played a villain, was he a good guy in that movie? And Kim Richards. If you guys recall the Witch Mountain, Escape to Witch Mountain, the girl, that's Kim Richards. And she, I don't know, teenager-ish. I think she's one of the Real Housewives or something. I don't know. I don't watch it, but that's what I heard. The grown-up version of her. Anyway, she was in that. And all I know is the only thing I really remember about that movie is like like her outfits, like how she dressed. I thought she dressed cute. Okay, so anyway, I have, let's see. Am I moving it up to the camera? It's a little hard to see what I'm doing. I apologize. This is very unprofessional filming. All right, so I added some stripes and dots. So I don't love this. If I could take that back, I would. So that kind of sucks, but I can't. Geez, Louise, Corey, hold this down. Okay, I apologize. I'm just going to lay this down on the table. Hi, Lisa. Okay, I'm just shoot. But you know what I could do? Aha. I'm going to demonstrate something, I think, if I can find. Yes. Okay, we are going to hide a body tonight. We are going to take this to the grave. Everybody, you are sworn to secrecy. You are entering the sisterhood of secrecy. All right. We're about to hide the body. Who's with me? I don't like this at all, and I'm going to hide it. So Katie says she's nominating Cabin in the Woods. I read about that movie. I read something recently about it. It sounds very interesting, the idea behind it. I like what's the right word? There's different levels of movies. You know, there's like a thriller, a horror, a mystery. You know, like they have different genres. Well, I think there's like a genre where things can be like spooky, or there's definitely a step back from horror where it can be scary, but there's no blood or there's no gore. There's like, I feel like there's like a genre in there where it's more about suggestion, or it's like, I don't know if there actually is and I'm just making it up, or if there's like, it's just, I can't think of what it is. But hello, I buried the body. See, look at that. I covered it up because I did not like what I did there. And you won't really be able to tell unless I take a photograph because they're kind of high res, and then the world will know if I ever go to sell this one. But you guys will know the truth if you end up owning this card one day, and you'll see. But you'll know. There's the telltale signs, the telltale heart. Okay, Margaret says, I like spooky but not bloody, mostly hauntings and the inevitable trip to the archives for historical research. Terry is nominating Creature from the Black Lagoon. Yes, I think a lot of the older movies would definitely get nominated because they're some of them can be very cheesy, right? Because you've gotten used to a different type of movie, and then they kind of look silly in retrospect. Um, I know as a kid, uh, one movie my mom watched, like she let me watch with her, and it was on TV when I was a little kid. Do you guys remember back in the 70s they would have like Saturday afternoon like creature feature, and they would have like they'd put on like scary movies, horror movies in the 70s, and they would put that on like a Saturday matinee type of thing on TV. So my mom would let me watch with her from time to time, and she would make popcorn for us, and she would like do the housework, and then we would watch a movie together. And I will never forget this one movie. It gave me such terrible nightmares, and she regretted letting me watch it. And it was called "Don't Be Afraid of the Dark," and it had Kim something. I think her name was Kim. I can't. She was the actress that played the mom in Better Off Dead with John Cusack in the 80s. She was Kim Darby. That's her name. Anyway, that movie messed me up as a kid. And a lot of people, when I went to look it up years later and I was looking at different forums, people talking about it, they said the same thing. That movie messed me up as a kid. It's so scary. Uh, I think they even did a remake of it. Del, I forget his first name, but Del Toro. I think he did the remake of it, and Katie Holmes played the mom in it, and it was really well done. But the original, oh my. So I thought it would be fun to recreate that event. So I found it, I hunted it down. I got it for me and my mom to watch it during the COVID season, and we sat down to watch. It was the most horrible movie. It was so terrible. I nominate that one. It was awful. It was the acting was so bad. There were so many levels of bad. I can't even. So anyway, so thank you, Margaret. It is Benicio. Is it Benicio? Is he the actor or he's the director? It's the director. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? It's the one with Katie Holmes. I could be saying the last name wrong, and then that's throwing off the whole thing. I am not trustworthy. So this movie was just awful. Awful. Exactly, Bonnie. I want my $2. Okay, I got two cards. Over how long am I into this? 2.5 hours and two cards. I've done worse. Yes, the body snatchers. What is that? What's the full title? Is it There's more to the title than that. I'm trying to think of what it is. I want to say The Revenge of the Body Snatchers, but that's not right. That's not it. All right. We're t- I have a lot of people watching and I don't have a lot of contributions here to my question nor my dilemmas. Help me out here. Um oh, what is it? Is it Return of the Body Snatcher? Invasion. All right, Stacy, you can sit with me. We would we wouldn't get very far. Um let's see, but we'll put Jennifer on our team. Okay. Helia says it's Benicio del Toro and he's an actor. So who am I thinking of that's the director and he makes all these scary movies? Is his name not why am I thinking it's Del Toro and I think I'm just making that up, which is throwing off the entire thing. Who is the director who makes these scary movies? But his name sounds like that or seems like that. Because I don't think that's that guy is who I'm thinking of. I think that guy is an actor, and I'm just thank you, Sherry Susan. Thank you. So I'm not completely wrong. It is Del Toro. It's just Guillermo del Toro. Thank you. Okay, I'm not. It's not completely my brain, but I wouldn't be surprised. You guys are familiar with my work. It's just I'm not trustworthy. That's all. Just being on live streams as long as I have, it's really humbled me. I've had to I've had to come to terms with it, and I have to laugh at myself that this is just, oh, I just found my sewing machine that I couldn't find for so long. So good job, Sherry Susan. That's exactly who I'm thinking of. So Guillermo del Toro made a remake of the Don't Be Afraid of the Dark movie. I don't know if that's what it's called. It's got Katie Holmes. That is the better version of the movie that if you see don't see the Kim Darby movie, you will, oh, just so not worth it. And then, okay, here's another bad movie I would like to nominate is William Shatner, Kingdom of the Spiders, circa 1970s. Who's with me on that? I think William Shatner could be any William Shatner movie possibly. But yeah, I'm nominating Kingdom of the Spiders, William Shatner. Which eight-legged freaks? Yeah, eight-legged freaks like that is a really funny movie. I thought that was I think that's a great wonderful homage to the 1950s type of horror movies. I think it was I liked it. I'll go on record saying I like that movie for sure. Uh but the Kingdom of the Spiders, that is cheesy. Cheesy as heck. So, yeah, a lot of those scary movies of the 70s and those are just silly, silly. Okay. Going through my honeys. Let's see. I like these You Are Here's. I'm gonna keep it going, keep it going. I have this one here. What was I thinking? Oh, this was gonna be my original with this guy, which didn't work out because I ended up going with this card. So I pulled out a little box of, okay, where I, is it right here? Okay. I'm going to do some of these. They are very small details. Do you ever wonder, like, if you don't keep exercising your brain with these details, that you'll lose it? And that maybe if you keep working your brain and trying to make it remember stuff, it's like, it's better for you to keep trying. I wonder if it's like good for your brain to like exercise it and try and conjure up these memories. Because one day, what if I don't? What if I can't? What if I have I worry that I have a memory more like my dad, and his memory wasn't as good as my mom. And I have a good memory for some things, but other things, it's I don't know, just interesting. I think losing grasp of your memory is probably Obviously, it's probably inevitably going to happen to some degree, and it's probably a very unpleasant journey. I don't want to be in denial. Okay, these are delicious. These are like little paper snacks, little amuse-bouche. Okay, do I like that? I need some green. Yeah. So these exercises are really fun because to me this is all about just picking out color. It's about um my eye just seeing color in something more color than pattern, I would say. Margaret, that's a good one. The Little Shop of Horrors. My mom absolutely loved that movie. Loved it. I think we saw that in the theater multiple times when it came out because she loved it so much. I love the scene where Audrey sings about her dream house and her dream life, showing her the little house that she wanted to live in one day. It was funny seeing Steve Martin in that kind of role too. Okay, I am digging in here, pulling out different options. Okay, Sherry Susan is nominating Night of the Lepus, the giant rabbits. Oh, you know what? I wonder if I've actually seen that all the way through. I know what you're talking about though. I can totally picture those rabbits in my mind's eye because they would do these like close-up shots of the rabbit's face because obviously that was like really low budget movie and they didn't have what they have today. And so them trying to make them look like they were giant rabbits. That's what I remember. It's how cheesy that is. But do you think when those movies came out, people really thought that was like a cool do you think at the time though that was cool for its time? Can anyone tell me? Does anyone remember being seeing the Giant Rabbits movie or Kingdom of the Spiders? I can think like there was another movie about giant ants that were taking over a town. It had a sugar factory or something like that, and there was these giant ants. I need to know. What do you remember that at your in your life and you thought that was a really cool movie at the time? Rod, hello. I'm so happy to see your little face. He said that they just saw Little Shop of Horrors in the live theater. How fun. We're so happy to see you. Bye, Michelle. Oh, that's so sad. That's so wonderful, though. That's sad, but I'm glad you're able to do that. Hi, Celia. She said that we loved and watched Little Shop of so many times. Mandy's nominating Tremors. That was so bad. You know what's funny about Tremors? Because you're right. It's like, but it's a good bad movie. But look how many movies Tremors produced. Like that is quite the what do you call that franchise? No, it's okay, Michelle. We those of you who see Michelle's message is she's putting out a request to pray for fallen Marine and his family um, being honored tomorrow. Uh, yes, Margaret, Little Shop of Horrors did have a great soundtrack. It really, really did. I bet it, Rod, I bet it had, it was amazing in person, given the fact that I think that was like like it originally was a musical to start with, I think before they adapted it to a movie. And then let's see. I'm trying to think of all of those movies. Oh, Food of the Gods. That was another one of those awful B. It's like I don't is that a B movie or is it a C movie? So there's Kingdom of the Spiders, the Lepus movie. Sherry Susan said, the one with the giant rabbits. There was the ants movie. I don't know what it was called. Um, there was a bunch of movies that came out with all of these like killer animals or creatures. It was like a thing. I think like whatever uh I don't know, was like a trend of showing different creatures, but Food of the Gods was definitely the one that was awful. Oh, that gave me nightmares as a child. And I'm pretty sure these all came out in the 70s. And I only saw them on TV. By the time I saw them, they were like maybe they were made for TV movies. I don't know. If anyone can say anything about that, any of these the rabbit movie, the ant movie, any of these. I just need confirmation. Were these cool movies when they came out and you didn't know better? Evelyn votes for Honey I Shrunk the Kids. Um Jennifer's nominating Clowns from Outer Space. Uh Lidima is nominating Cujo. I have only seen little parts of that movie. I just don't understand how that like sitting there and watching an entire movie about two people trapped in a car with the dog. I just don't think that would be a very that just wouldn't be fun to watch. No, sir. Um the ant movie that I didn't like was Catch 22, I think. I think the ant movie was called Them. Sharknado. Okay, Mandy, I absolutely agree. The whole Sharknado thing, all the shark things, um agreed. They were beyond silly. Um, I think the Sharknado had one with the whole megalodon shark. I don't know. All yes, agreed. 100%. That excellent suggestion. Excellent nomination. Um, Sherry Susan nominates the birds. Sherry Susan, I am going to agree with that wholeheartedly. Um, one one time, Mark and I went and hung out with Carrie Danker and her husband, and we got the birds from the library. And I had always fondly remembered this movie. Really thought highly of this movie, especially given who had created it. And I went to watch that movie again, and I was just pretty horrified. It was awful. It was not it was boring. The story was terrible. Like this her her character and like she basically stalked this man from one city to another. She's wearing the same outfit the entire movie. And she's like there for like 3 or 4 days. It was the weirdest. I didn't I was so baffled. Like, how did we get to this classic movie that everyone thinks is so fantastic? I did. I had always thought it was great. But then when I went to like watch it and actually pay attention, I was like, this is we all were sitting there baffled. How were we bamboozled? So I'm sorry if you like that movie. It for some reason it wasn't the movie I remembered. I mean, I had seen it before. I'd watched it in film class. I watched it as a teenager. I saw it as a kid. My mom had me watch it with her, and it never bothered me. But somehow this last time, I'm like, this is not a good movie, and I don't know. So I'm glad you said something. Okay, I'm liking this. This is fun. These are fun little squares. I never get tired of little squares. Oh, and also, do I have something on here that I can use? I have gridded. Okay, something I'm gonna do is like try and find a way to use these pens. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I will. Mandy. All right, you know what? I at first, okay, I would have fought you on that at first, but I started thinking about it recently because I saw it was on um I don't know. It's on one of the channels and I didn't watch it, but I started thinking about the movie again. And I started really, really thinking about it as a grown up girl, and I'm like, that was that movie is wildly inappropriate and really, really weird. And um, I have to agree with you, and I can't believe I'm saying that because it was like a just cult favorite at my high school. Like everyone loved that movie. People were walking around for like, I mean, it was a trend at my high school to repeat the line that Anthony Michael Hall says, "I really don't think so, Sue." That's what you would say to somebody instead of saying no. Like John Hughes movies were everything at my high school. Everybody went to see them. It was just so that movie is really weird though. So yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I had no desire to watch it again, and that's what made me realize, hey, this movie this movie isn't that great. And it's funny how in retrospect, you look at something and you just realize, like, why did parents think this was okay? I don't know. Maybe a lot of parents didn't let their kids watch it, but for some reason, like a lot of all of my friends who got to see it. Everyone went to the theater and watched it. So it's just weird. I mean, it's just such a weird movie when you think about it. Do you remember Transylvania 65000? I do not remember that movie. Um, what about Rod asks about what about Frankenstein Island from the early 80s? Does anyone remember Frankenstein Island? I do not remember that. And Mandy it says Pet Cemetery 2, which I don't remember. I didn't see that one. And Bonnie suggests the movie Carousel freaked me out and everyone loved it. I did not see that movie. Does anyone remember Carousel? Lee wants to know who remembers Cannonball Run. Um, is that the movie with Burt Reynolds? Okay, I'm gonna ask a dumb question. Is Cannonball Run, does that have anything at all to do with Smokey and the Bandit? Are those tied in any way, or are they two separate movies? Margaret says it was the same when I was a kid. John Hughes movies were a-okay with the parents. They do have their strengths and weaknesses. It's true. Some movies he did were really like, um, Breakfast Club would be an example, where a lot of poignant, um, heart, like just things that you would absolutely say, yeah, a lot of this resonates today, or that would still apply. And then things are just like Weird Science is this really odd outlier. And some of the lessons are just kind of weird. I think Some Kind of Wonderful is another weird one to me. Like some of the lessons you pull from it. Just I think the some of the friend groups in the movies are just kind of like really awful. Really awful. Rod says that he remembers Cannonball Run and he liked it. I'm assuming that it's a Burt Reynolds movie. Okay, so it is a separate movie but same actor. So that was did he have a car that was similar to what he had in Smokey and the Bandit? I'm pretty sure that my parents took like we would have seen that. My parents were big movie watchers. We went to the drive-in. We had a drive-in in our town, like where we lived. There's actually like there was four drive-ins in San Diego. And my parents really liked taking us to the drive-in. So I saw a lot of movies, for sure. Can't say I should have seen the movies that I did, but we did. It again, I was thinking about this. The parent like the warning parental warnings movie thing was very different than it is today. I was looking at something last night and it gave it a PG rating. I'm trying to think of what movie that was. It was a movie with murder in it and everything, and it was saying it was rated PG. Okay, there's my little squares. I can't spare square. Oh my gosh, that needs to be the little title. Do I spend that much? Do I spend that much of my tape? Frankenstein Island starred John Carradine. How the mighty have fallen. Keith Carradine, I know. Keith Carradine is the guy from the karate franchise. Uh, Penny said, my mom thought rated R meant regular. Margaret says, unfortunately, most of the inappropriate activities were actually happening with the kids at my school. Not me, of course. Of course not. Kelly says, my parents were young, so there were no filters on my childhood movies like Revenge of the Nerds, Porky's Weird Science were faves. Now that I understand them, whoa, so inappropriate. Exactly. Exactly. Wildly inappropriate. The other interesting thing that I've thought about, like as I've gotten older too, is just realizing, looking back, that Hollywood had a thing about really casting really older people for roles of for teenagers. Like nobody's even close to being a teenager. That they would cast full-grown adults and pretend they were teenagers, which would send an even weirder message when you think about it. So, yeah, so that just made it even worse when you think about some of those films that you named. Thinking about all of that whole genre of movies, those weird can't. But I think parents are a lot more aware nowadays. They think through things differently. They just a lot more information. I don't think that that was the thing. I can't spare. So I didn't want this to be all in one line because I think that would look kind of boring. So I'm put it on two different lines. Okay, it is warm in my room here. How are you guys doing? Are you guys hanging in there? Are you crafting? Let me hear sound off in the comments. Let me know you're still there, still hanging in. Ooh, Lisa, Sarah Jessica Parker started a made-for-TV movie called Somewhere Tomorrow. It was such bad acting, but I love that movie. I am not familiar with that one. That one is not ringing a bell, and I would say I'm pretty familiar with her. That one, Lee, do you remember a TV show that she started out on? I think it lasted one season and it was called A Year in the Life. Hi, Linda. Okay, so let's see. Terry's crafting. Trinity's still here. Cross stitching. Stacy is listening, watching. Deb is still here and just finished making a card. Sherry is making a card. Lisa said she remembers that saying from Seinfeld, right? We got the Seinfeld jokes for days. I think we'll carry those into the far future. Isn't that funny how there's still so many things from that show are so iconic. It's like you'll just not be able to forget them. Nice. Margaret's still plugging away on her epically fluffy chunk camp reset 2021 junk journal. Stacy says, no soup for you. Lidima says, I'm thrilled that I actually glued papers together instead of doing tasks. Me too. Helia says, who makes your label maker? This is a Dymo label maker. So, this is a kind of unusual version because you know how Dymo started out with the kind of squeezy style. This is the Dymo Junior Label Buddy, is what they call it. So this one came from Japan. I have another one that's like blue and it's blue and light blue, and I got that one on Amazon, but I got this one in the store in Japan. 'Cause, you know, I love these so much, but I did get one here in the States too. Um, Lisa's working in her Canada journal. Tish says, I'm here back and forth trying to learn to loom knit. She's watching The Warriors. Tish, are you watching the Bad Warriors movie from the 70s? Please tell me. I'm not judging you, by the way. I just need to know if that's the one you're talking about. Oh, maybe you're saying that's what you're putting up on the you're nominating that one for our game of worst bad movie, like name a bad movie, your favorite bad movie. Let me know. Lee says I had forgotten about that. Penny says I only made one card but don't have supplies handy right now. Denise says my daughter freaked out when she saw Mrs. Doubtfire as an adult. Mom, you let us watch that? Ricky says, I'm still here just listening. I never really watch TV. I always feel like I'm wasting time when I could be crafting, working on a prayer journal. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I wish I felt that way. I'm more like that, telling myself I'm wasting time. Okay. All right, Tish. She is nominating the Warriors. Oh my gosh. When I first heard that, I was a little kid. Do you guys remember that movie? It was on HBO and they kept playing that little clip of it, and that gave me nightmares. Just the clip and the showing the baseball players. What do they call them? They were I forget their gang name. Oh my gosh. Just even today, thinking about that sound, the way they talked. Come out to play. Yeah. Thanks, Tish. Thanks for giving me such lovely memories. Um, yeah, I agree. That's a horrible movie. It's such a dumb premise. Like the whole thing is absolutely silly. But I'll tell you what, as a little kid, I was convinced that like New York City was the scariest place on earth. And for so many years, like I always thought it was the most terrifying place. I would never visit there or anything. So when I actually grew up and decided that's where I wanted to go for my 40th birthday, it was so funny to me that me and my mom were walking around at like 1 a.m, walking around, just having the best time. I did not feel scared at all. Like where we were in the city, we were like in a dangerous place, but I didn't feel scared. But I used to actually think that you couldn't go anywhere, that your life would be threatened at every turn because of watching movies like that. Okay, I have 3 now. Now on this one, I think what I want to do is make a cute little frame here. Okay, let's see. Miss Grandalia. Hello and welcome to the show. It's your first time here. We're happy to have you. We were just talking about bad movies, the bad movies that we've seen. Okay, so you're nominating the movie Scream. Yeah, modern horror movies, very, very, very different than the old ones. Very different. I definitely would not. I would not trust a modern horror movie over like an old one because I just think the standard of like what's entertainment or horror are very different. Very different indeed. Okay, so usually I do these black lines, but I guess I'm gonna try doing white ones this time. Woo! Can't spare square. Okay. So I just realized that it's still kind of I'm gonna do a little sparkly sparkly. Okay, Tammy Anderson is still here. One of the things about Scream that I found really interesting was it was the first time that a movie and I could be wrong, but it was the first time a scary movie ever acknowledged other scary movies. Like, do you ever notice when you're like if you ever watched a scary movie that characters in scary movies don't seem to have any knowledge of s- other scary events. They don't seem to like, for instance, like zombie movies have people in them that don't have any idea about zombie behavior or know anything about zombies. So it's like everyone in there is very ignorant about zombies. So I saw that movie when it came out in the theaters, and one of the things I thought about that was like it's so interesting that this was a movie that it kind of made it made it it was so different in that these characters knew so much about horror movies. Like that was the whole kind of like point of it, like point of like figuring out what was happening, like that I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. It was a I guess unique style versus so many other ways it had been done before. Okay, so we got some cards going on. I have been making these little fun these are cards I call scrapture cards. Um okay. So I got 3 done tonight. And can I just review what I made last weekend? Because I got a lot done. I'm sorry, not last weekend, the weekend before. So the last time we met, these are the ones I did then. And I seem to have made a lot more than I did tonight. I'm gonna add a couple more things to these two. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last time. So just reviewing these, getting an idea of what I got going here. So okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my stickers. I have the little, uh, oh, maybe I don't have those. I thought I had a sticker that was like like stitching. So I'm going to add some of the stickers from my secretary stamp stickers. Kind of make a fun, I don't know. Maybe it's not fun. We'll see. There's a little gnat flying on my desk. Okay, so oh, there's a sticker here that says adorable squared. I think I'm going to use that as one of my. Get out of here, Mr. Gnat. Okay, I think I'm going to take this one off. I don't think you can really see it enough. Okay. So I'm going to put, this is funny because it says adorable squared. Get it? And this would be a good time to get my, get a couple dots. I had these 1 dots. I do not know what I did with them. After talking about how I wanted to ditch some stuff, that are like cork and wood. I'm going to probably find them tomorrow when I don't want them anymore. I think if I put like a few of these on here, like trail them across 2 of these squares, like ding, ding, ding. Wonder how many I could put on here. They're pretty, some of these are pretty tiny. I just don't know how much they would stand out unless. Okay, so there are these little teeny tiny green boop, green dots right here. Ah, can't get them on here. Rod, are you still here? Okay, I don't know if these are going to stay on here. They seem like they want to move. Okay. Just perfect example. As soon as I said that, it flew off. It's like a little chunky monkey. And oh goodness. Wow. These are so tiny and they're hard to work with. Yikes. See, I don't know all the little crafty tricks. Okay. There's 3 there. La, 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 la. Know you're gonna be remembered for the things that you say and do. I have a little star theme going on inadvertently. Didn't mean for that to happen, but now I'm going with it. Okay, so I'm gonna fix this a little bit. I'm gonna have to let this card dry. And you're gonna be remembered for the things that you say and do. Okay. Okay, there you are. I am so happy to see your little face. This is the first time I have ever gotten to see you on a Late Night Crafty Club. I hope you and Miss Ginger are having a lovely evening. Okay, so let me see here. I have this oh, I know what I was going to do. I said I was going to try to do a tab. Okay, so these are the tabs that we had manufactured. So these ones have foil and cool stuff in them. So let me see if there's one that I can use. You give up. I got all those songs stuck in my head now. When it comes back to you. Lots of these have got gold foiling on them, so they're really, really pretty. If I can get down to my mom's house, I will see if we have any more of these because these are so gorgeous. These are meaningful. This would be faux show, the one you would want in a beautiful fall planner. Actually, I feel like a prayer binder. It's got like little like vintage, like a rose pattern. This one is full of like really pretty patterns. Okay, so I don't think flat is a good one for that. I like this single sided like this. Okay, I'm just trying to find a tab. Oh, wow, you're still on your road trip. I wasn't sure if you were still traveling or you had gotten home already. Well, I'm glad you guys are off still having some fun. and I hope you travel safely. And I'm glad you were able to join us. Okay, I think that's the right tab for this one, is this little black and white one. Is it? Or does no, it wants to go on this one. That's November. That wouldn't work. This one's got a daisy on it. That seems like it's not compatible with our Mr. here. This one's a little better. All right, I'm gonna go with this one. I just love a tab. Some of them I forget to put the tab on. Sometimes it's easier to do it uh, later. I think that I'm gonna do it later, and then I just completely forget about it. Oh no, they got COVID. No. Well, that's a shame. Hello, Miss Rachel. Okay. Oh, you are correct, Miss Denise. I have not used my date stamp. Okay, let's get that date stamp going. I actually should be doing that. You know what I absolutely forget? Today's 9/20. I need to remember that. I have a very loose structure right now of like remembering when I do something. I don't think that's okay. This little roller stamp might be needing to be retired. You give a little love and it's back to you. Okay, so you guys should be I will be sending out a newsletter in the clubhouse. And so I want to send you guys some love, and then I will be hopefully sending out a newsletter to the entire newsletter list as well. And then I'm going to just remind you that, as I mentioned earlier, that I am going to be moving back our start time. So we will start at 5 o'clock the next time I do the Late Night Crafty Club. So I will be starting a little earlier because just in case you hadn't heard me mention it last time, is the majority of people who watch are actually East Coasters, and so it is easier for East Coast people to be able to tune in earlier because it's 3 hours ahead for them. So um, it's harder for them to tune in later. Is that fair? Is that better to say? So, so I'm going to kind of change it, as I have done. I was actually doing that in the clubhouse last year, and it actually worked out really well. I actually had higher attendance once I changed it to starting earlier. It just worked out better. And with it getting darker earlier, I think it'll work out better. Um, So that will be the next time we meet up. And I will be, let me see. Um, I will get, uh, close that. I will get the dates for next month's Late Night Crafty Clubs out. I'll get those scheduled and into the next little Late Night Crafty Club newsletter. So if you want to be up to date with my scheduling that and all of that, then be sure to get subscribed to my little newsletter. I don't pester you other than to let you know, like, here's your new prompts for the month and here is when I'll be going live. And then I just remind you the day before, hey, I'm about to go live tomorrow. So the link for that is in the description box of this live stream so that you can sign up for it. And then anything else I want to tell you? Yeah, you still have within an hour of this live ending to place an order for physical product. We have this cute little buttercup vinyl sewing machine sticker that will be free with all physical orders. And then we have lots of new goodies, digital and physical, in the shop right now. Fall is about to spring, and we try to get lots of stuff in there. Now we have more fall stuff coming. There's more fall, like forever fall honeys. There's one more sheet of half honeys coming um, that that are my personal faves of that collection. So they will be showing up, you best believe. And let me think. I'm trying to think of anything else I wanted to tell you. Oh, and as far as my question earlier about scheduling for like just fall in general. So fall really is October, November, December. Pretty much through the end of December is pretty much fall. It like it butts up almost to Christmas is kind of how fall works. So somewhere throughout fall, I was planning on um, starting up like doing some. I was thinking of starting to do a couple live streams maybe that were more having to do with like self-care. I've done that. I did that last year. I did that more in the clubhouse, but I was thinking about doing like a fall self-care on Sunday afternoon. So if you are interested in that, that would be something I would be doing separate. And I would let people know about that on my regular newsletter. So be subscribed to that. That newsletter subscription is also in the description box. But if that sounds like something you would be interested in doing, that would be cool. And then as part of that, as part of self-care, I was thinking that we would do like a little declutter, a little community declutter, getting ready for winter because throughout fall I wanted to kind of like get us uh kind of like ready for our new the Scrap Your Cards project. And I'm going to hopefully I'm going to have my first workshop will be coming out this fall. I have a fun theme picked out for it. I know a lot of you love to read, so I have like a little fun book theme for these little cards, book reading. Those of you who love to read will love it. And even if you don't love reading books, but maybe you love reading the Bible or, just reading in general, maybe you just like collecting quotes. Sorry, little gnat. This will be a really fun way to like have a fun, cozy fall experience. So it is my first little experience I'm putting together on the new, our new platform. So I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited for that. So that's what I got going in the near future. And I'm really excited that the next time we meet, it will be fall. It'll be fall. And I'm so, so excited. It's like the best season of the year and it's going to go so fast. So we must hold it with both hands and kiss it and love it and pet it and call it George and just love it with all we have and appreciate it every minute of it. Because it's been a long, long, long summer. So I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to fall and not having to have, the air conditioning on and yes. So all those things. I um wait, let me let me rephrase what I just said. I am incredibly grateful to have air conditioning. I will just be so grateful that with air conditioning, it's still 90 degrees in my house. So that will be nice because then there's no electric bill and it still was really, really hot. So So anyway, I appreciate you guys spending time with me, and I thank you so much for everybody who showed up tonight. Thank you for placing an order if you placed an order. Thank you so much for being here, for leaving comments in the chat room. It's so much fun to do the LNCC when you guys participate and get involved. It just makes it so much more. It makes it so much more fun, and it feels like I'm not alone. I'm not here by myself. So I love that. So I can never tell like how many I'm going to get through. I think one time in this, I actually did just 2 cards, but tonight was 3, and it was again another long show. It was 3 hours, a 3-hour tour, 3 hours, 20 minutes. So, yes, it was nice to see your face, Miss Mandy. So some of you who I have not seen in a while and showed up tonight, I'm thrilled to see your little face, and it's wonderful to be surprised like that and get to see that you guys remember me. You remember to show up and like, hey, let's see what's happening over there. Let's go say hi. Let's go visit. So thank you for visiting. And yes, indeed. So thank you. Thank you, Rod, Mr. What is that? What is that word? Mr. Trivia. So ladies, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I hope you get crafty. I will not be back in this room tomorrow. I can tell you that. It's not that bad, but still. And I'm going to start looking into a way to share cards. But if you're in the clubhouse, please upload your cards if you made cards during the show. That was something I used to have us do when we had the Facebook group, was to share cards. I have been contemplating, trying to find I really don't want to go back to Facebook. I really, really don't. I've been trying to figure out, is there another place to share, to have a place where people can upload, like, can we see the cards you're making? I mean, I would love to see that. I really, 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 really want to encourage people to craft cards with me. So that's my hope, is that I will entice you into crafting cards with me. So it's always fun to be able to see that part. So I'm working on that. But anyway. And so we'll see each other again soon. But I will miss your little face until then, and I hope that you take care of yourself. And I'll miss you. So be good. Be good. Love you very much. And see you soon. No, you hang up first. Never want to hang up. So I love you guys, and be good. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye. Just doing stuff.
Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Say, oh playmate, come out and play play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my cellar door, and we'll be jolly friends forevermore. Playmate, come out and play with me, and bring your dollies 3. Climb up my apple tree, come and climb my tree, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Say, oh playmate, come out and play with me, and leave those dolls at home. You can come along, look down my rain barrel, slide down my door, and we'll be friends forever. Forever.